And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
Without a doubt, you could put Black Label Society frontman Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist Zakk Wylde among the most influential in rock. His work with Ozzy alone speaks volumes. Get into his stuff with Pride and Glory, of course, his current longtime band, Black Label Society. Zakk was brought into Ozzy's family when he was hired to replace Jake E. Lee. Just a monster player, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet. If you don't already follow Zakk on social media, do that. Mention he's funny, but he's always doing goofy shit, and of course playing a ton of really cool videos as well. And last time that Zakk was a guest, we talked about the new Black Label album, Doom Crew Inc., and how it was specifically made as a double guitar album. We got him to pick his Deserted Island albums. He talked about the shows that he was binge watching. The Ronnie James Dio hologram tour came up. So did Gambling, Yacht Rock, New Wave, and Elton John, Marvel versus DC, Star Wars, and Star Trek. And Zakk talked about Black Label Society's longevity. They're coming up on 25 years as a band, and he touched on Ozzy's 1991 album, No More Tears, and what a time for music. Listen to this.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is I just looked at, I mean, even when we had the 20th anniversary record, when we did the Sonic Brew thing, it was like, you know, I have my all my old guitar player magazines and stuff like that from the 70s and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but I had Keith Richards on there, probably from 76 or something, 77, whatever. It said 16 years with the Rolling Stones, Keith Richards. And I was just laughing going, now they're on 60 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, but then, like, I mean, that was all uncharted territory. No rock bands lasted 16 years.
None, dude.
No,
like,
not even
go back to like the
10 years.
Beatles. You know, the Beatles, when they did, like, they were like, "Oh, you're 6 years in."
Yeah.
Like, did you ever dream? Same thing for Zeppelin,
totally.
all those guys, right?
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's what you said. Like, Zeppelin, like 12 years is a long existence for a rock band. You know what I mean? So 16. So, I mean, here's Black Label. We're on what now? 22 years, something like that. You know, so yeah, it just flies by. I mean, the No More Tears thing is 30 years ago.
I know, right?
You know, so
dude,
I mean,
so many albums came like in 1991. That was when I graduated high school in 91. And like, you know, Ozzy, Chili Peppers, Metallica, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, like huge. You look back now, and I mean, now they're considered almost classic albums.
Yeah, there was a ton of them that came out that year, for sure.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC approved repair shop. Find them online at tedcorvsuppliesinc.com.
The Tudors were probably the most scandalous dynasty in British history. This season on Vulgar History, we're spilling the tea on this messy, messed up family and the people who had to live through it all. Anne Boleyn and the other wives of Henry VIII are known today from the musical Six, but who were they really? Did any of them actually want to marry him? Henry VIII, the man who was literally the worst? How did two of them manage to escape with their heads intact? We'll also get into historical mysteries, like who really wrote Shakespeare's plays, who was the real Bloody Mary, and what was happening elsewhere in the world while the Tudors were trampling all over England, like the mysterious disappearance of the Roanoke colony and the true story of the girl known as Pocahontas. I'll be joined by Tudor historians, experts, and a few of my friends who really hate Henry VIII to learn all about the Tudors this season on Vulgar History. Because it's Henry VIII all day, every day. Listen to Vulgar History wherever you get podcasts.
Hi, listeners. We want to tell you about a podcast we love. It's called Rebel Girls, formerly known as Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls. It's about real-life women who are changing the world with their courage, creativity, and big, bold ideas. Want to know how Taylor Swift became a superstar? Or hear how Simone Biles became the greatest athlete of all time? From immersive stories to heartfelt interviews to super smart advice, Rebel Girls brings you stories that will get you fired up to become your best self. There are over 400 episodes for you to explore, with new episodes every week. So check it out. Listen to Rebel Girls wherever you get your podcasts. And find us on youtube.com/rebelgirls. And whatever you do, stay rebel.
Now, before you go hunting for something else to listen to, let me make it easy. I'm Mike Carruthers, host of a podcast called Something You Should Know, and I speak with experts about fascinating things that affect your life, from human behavior, relationships, health, science, and everyday mysteries. We've been downloaded millions of times because every episode teaches you something you'll be talking about later. Open up Something You Should Know and give it one episode. You might just find your new favorite podcast.